Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy, and I am 100% glorifying obesity, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yo-yo and hello, my name is Lydia, and on today's episode of my 25-pound yo-yo, we will be talking about narcissism and the fat acceptance movement. Now, to start, I am not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or therapist, so I am not fit to diagnose anybody. All information presented here is from my own personal research and information given to me by my own therapist. That being said, the term narcissist can be used by anyone, regardless of their credentials. Narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, is something that only a licensed professional can diagnose, so I will not be labeling anyone with NPD. But I am able to use the word narcissist or narcissistic in the same way as I can use selfish, self-important, entitled, or antagonistic. Also, in order to avoid licensing copyrights, I will not be including any video clips by actual medical professionals, but I will put links into the description to other videos if you are interested in learning more about narcissism. Now that that is out of the way, let's get into it. Narcissism is defined as selfishness involving a sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, and need for admiration as a characterization of a personality. In this video, we will explore the main character traits of narcissism with examples from fat acceptance advocates and discuss each of them. There are many personality traits of narcissistic people, and although I could find examples of all of them, I've chosen to zero in on the biggest ones of self-importance, grandiosity and the need for adoration, lack of empathy, entitlement, inability to take criticism, and exploitation. So let's get started.
So here's the thing. Fat people are not the supporting cast in the little movie that is your life. And we're happy to have you in our little movies.
I don't think you know how the internet works. I have 2 accounts, totaling almost 200,000 followers. So, you know who asked for my content? Those 200,000 followers.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
Self-importance, grandiosity, and the need for adoration. Grandiosity is the quality of being impressive and imposing in appearance or style, or pompous superiority or pretentiousness. Self-importance is the belief that you are more important or have a higher value than other people. Many body-positive posts from the fat acceptance movement involve not simply showing themselves while being beautiful and comfortable in their own skin, but rather telling people that they are wonderful, beautiful, and fabulous. Knowing your value is exhibited by respecting yourself and not tolerating cruel treatment. Telling people that you know your value is arrogance. These fat activists routinely say how confident they are. Well, true confidence comes from within, and you can see it without being told it. It's the same thing as big dick energy, the guy that is confident without arrogance, the one that smiles and says hello to you, and not the one that demands your attention and gets mad when you don't give it to him. A fat girl being beautiful, owning her body, is confident, whereas a fat girl telling others that she is beautiful is self-important. Also, these influencers often like to tout their following and brag about how many subs they have, whereas humble people acknowledge their following and thank those that support them without using their following as clout. These fat activists seem to have a deep need to constantly be praised by their fans and have their ego stroked. And this larger-than-life need for adoration is a hallmark of narcissism.
See, this is a problem because I'm not offending skinny people. What's happening here is skinny people are offended by fat people. Skinny people are offended when fat people stand up for themselves against their bullying. Skinny people are offended because fat people know their worth. Skinny people are offended because fat people are advocating for their own human rights and to be treated like a human being. Skinny people are offended because they're the ones being called out on their own oppressive behaviors.
People continue to come for me as if they're not getting it, so let me be a lot more clear. I'm a different kind of fat bitch. I don't care about your feelings, and I'm not here to protect your fraudulent masculinity. I'm also not here to make you feel better about your body. So continue to come for me, and I will continue to fire it right back. I am not taking the high road. I am not going to go cry in a motherfucking corner. I'm going to get even with you, and I am going to hurt your feelings. Because I don't have to attack your appearance. I can attack you where it fucking hurt. About the fact that all you guys who come to my page to tell me to hate myself is because you're at home binge eating and crying at night because you can't even stand to be in the same room with yourself for more than 5 minutes. So you make it everybody else's motherfucking problem while you're fucking miserable. Instead of being a real confident bitch like me who can get on here and no matter what people say about her continues to shine and make other people happy. For people to continuously come and try to diminish my shine, it's hilarious because you're just showing that you wish you were me and that I'm better than you.
Hello there, everybody. This is just a friendly reminder, again, because some people are so fucking incompetent that they will not listen to marginalized bodies, but then we'll just talk over them. So let me just reiterate this. The body positive movement is not about your fucking insecurities that are rooted in fat phobia. The movement is about fighting systemic oppression and systemic fat phobia and systemic ableism. It's not about your fucking bloated stomach. It's not about your fucking stretch marks. It's not about your fucking insecurities that are rooted in fat phobia. So get off your fucking high horse and listen to marginalized bodies when we tell you that you've co-opted the movement that was never meant for you.
Lack of empathy and belittling others. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and feel their pain. How many times have you heard fat activists say, "Skinny girls don't get a say, I don't care what skinny people think," or "Go cry your skinny tears"? This failure to recognize other people's feelings is a flagrant lack of empathy. The inability to feel any compassion towards others that are either not you or not like you is shallow and callous. They expect others to express empathy towards them without expressing any empathy towards anyone else. Narcissists are also very good at expressing faux empathy. They can be advocates for human rights and causes, but cannot express empathy towards an individual. So that's why they can tell that they are doing things for all fat people, but are dismissive of the pain and suffering of an individual. Advocating for fat people should not come with a side dish of belittling thin people.
Hello, let's talk about some things that you might not know are fat phobic. And whatever you do, take this video very seriously. I mean all this. Being pregnant is fat phobic because you are appropriating my culture. I keep my apartment on 65 degrees all summer, and if you walk into my house saying, "Oh my God, it's so cold in here, I'm freezing, how do you live like this?" You're fat phobic. You hate fat people. Eating dinner past 7 p.m., you got it, that's fat phobic. Asking me to walk anywhere when it's over 85 degrees, why do you hate fat people? Let's talk about the root causes of that. Business casual dress codes are fat phobic, and I will not be elaborating. Sitting too close to me on the couch is fat phobic. My body needs room to breathe, and you know that.
Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic.
Entitlement. Entitlement is the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. In the beginning, the rights that fat people were seeking were completely something that I could get behind. Medical care, respect, fair treatment, and anti-bullying. But now it's gone awry and entitlement is running rampant. We are accountable for our decisions, and poor decisions don't make you entitled to things such as comfortable seating in restaurants or clothing sizes available in all stores. These TikToks are particularly ridiculous. Are women not supposed to get pregnant at all because it's offensive to fat people? This is entitlement to the extreme. I am a thin, brown woman. I do have privileges that others do not, but there are things I am not entitled to. If I don't get selected for a particular job, is it because I'm brown? Or is it because I wasn't qualified or lacked experience? I also love to run races, and they put us in waves based on our predicted finishing time so that you don't trip up the faster runners. So should I feel entitled to start the race at the front of the pack just because I'm just as valuable a person as an elite athlete? And what if my friend doesn't train as much as I do but is faster than me? Should they have to run behind me because I train more? No, that would be entitled of me. I need to earn my place at the front, and if I don't, I accept the place that I get. Making everything a fat person can't have or do because of their size fatphobic is actually entitlement.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So if you're not on my page to listen and learn, then get the fuck out of here, because I don't want to hear about your thin fucking tears.
Moment to glorify obesity.
This profile is not for you if you are having weight loss surgery, losing weight intentionally, or on a weight loss journey. Do not follow me. Your fat phobia isn't welcome here.
So you guys can keep with your hate comments, you can keep with your opinions, because 9 times out of 10 I will probably just roast you or delete it. This is my space and I don't have to be uncomfortable in it. You are allowed to voice your opinion, just not on my page and not in my fucking space. And you can say, oh well, it's social media and you can post it. Yeah, but there's also something called settings, and I can get little bitches like you up out my motherfucking space.
Inability to take criticism. Criticism is the expression or disapproval of something or someone based on perceived faults or mistakes. Many fat acceptance influencers want to exist in an echo chamber, so they either attack anyone that has a contrary point of view or say they will delete and block you if you disagree with them. This personality flaw leads to stunted personal growth. When people believe that they are always right, they have no ability to learn. Now, I want to be clear. Hateful comments are not criticisms. If a fat influencer is being told they are gross or disgusting and they just need to lose weight, well, they don't need to respect those comments. But many times people simply question why they feel being fat is healthy, offering medical studies as proof, and they are shut down, dismissed, and blocked. How can you expect others to learn from you when you are proving unable to learn from others? Marissa, in particular, has many TikToks about educating people. Well, how educated is she herself? Not seeing all sides and not doing research into all sides before speaking is willful ignorance. I know personally that I have grown as a content creator due to constructive criticism and personal research into different POVs. I think I was much more harsh a year ago compared to now. I've seen other perspectives and have softened my messaging and language. Whenever I hear the claim that obesity is not a choice, I research why. And in all honesty, I've been looking for real concrete proof of that, but I can't find any. I will, however, acknowledge that socioeconomic status and mental health issues can make it more difficult to achieve weight loss, and I do say so now. I also keep negative comments up and don't delete or block anything. Everyone has the right to their opinion, and if you disagree with me in a respectful manner, I will listen. For example, I was once told that my content could be harmful to those with EDs. I could have told them to bugger off and mind your own business, but instead, I added a disclaimer to my videos. Inability to take criticisms exhibits emotional immaturity, self-righteousness, and narcissism.
Fuck you, vegetables! You die, Kale, die! Die, veggie scum! You veggie sons of bitches killed my friend! Cheers! The veggies have been vanquished! We're back! we work together to vanquish patriarchy. I mean vegetables. Yay!
The Not So Subtle Art of Being a Fat Girl, Loving the Skin You're In, your new book. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, I decided that maybe I should bottle up all of the questions that I get asked a million times on Instagram and put them in a book. So I thought, what better way to maybe say, oh, do you want to know how I learned to love myself, or how did I get started in my career? What's my favorite snack food? And just put it all in one resource.
So right now it's out on hardcover, and on September 26th it'll be released officially. Does that all sound right?
It is now available electronically, so you can get it on, you know, the ebooks and all of that stuff. And yeah, it will be released in hardcover on the 26th.
We don't really discuss folks that are experiencing my type of eating disorder in larger bodies, because you look at fat bodies and you just all of a sudden say, well, you're healthy and all you do is sit around and eat. But for the world to say that all I'm doing is sitting around and eat when I'm starving was horrible, because anybody, any size can starve. And we are just conditioned to not care about folks in larger bodies, to just toss us away like we don't belong, like we don't matter. And it's exhausting.
Exploitation. Exploitation is the action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. Fat activists have made so many books and so many programs with the goal to take money from fat people. Also, there are many influencers that are making money off their social media, which is once again taking advantage of people for money. Tess Holliday's fake anorexia is a tool she is using to gather support and followers, which is making her money at the expense of other people's health. This is where the fat acceptance movement really bothers me. If the message was simply to love yourself as you are, I could respect it. But the willful spread of misinformation of health at every size and discouraging people from pursuing better health while lining your pockets, well, that's just wrong. Pretending to care about people when you only care about more views is dishonest, and telling people what they want to hear while making money off of it, it's beyond disgusting. It's exploitation. I believe that underneath all of this is deep insecurity and likely trauma. They lash out because they don't want to face the truth. They belittle thin people because they are jealous and hate themselves. They tell people that they are right because they can't admit that they know deep down that they are wrong. And they cry thin privilege when they are really expressing fat entitlement. I'm not poking fun here. This is serious mental illness. I hope these people get help, but in actuality, it's highly unlikely, because narcissists don't think that they have a problem, and you can't treat a problem if you can't acknowledge it. But alas, this is my 25-pound yo-yo and not narcissism in the fat acceptance movement. So until next time, yo-yo and let's go.